everyone. I am Deepsha Nanda.
And I am Nilay Agarwal.
It gives us immense pleasure to welcome you all to the Convocation of the Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, for the year 2021.
In today's ceremony, we have with us Honorable Chief Guest Mr. Uday Kotak, Managing Director and CEO of Kotak Mahindra Bank.
Also present with us today is our guest of honor, Mr. A.S. Kiran Kumar, former Chairman, ISRO, and Chair of the IISc Council.
You can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. So, you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future. These were words by Steve Jobs. Today, the long awaited convocation is here for the students of the batches of 2019-20 and 2020-21, representing yet another dot in their lives and careers. It is a day every student dreams about, receiving medals and degrees from this esteemed institution. It is also a day that they will fondly look back upon, having been a part of the vibrant student community here at IISc.
This day is the culmination of a journey for the graduating batches today, who have persevered through the difficulties of the past couple of years to achieve their goals under the watchful eyes and guiding hands of their guides, mentors, and professors. Credit is also due to friends and family, unwavering pillars of support, who have no doubt a big hand to play in their success. And so, we all come together in this grand convocation ceremony, the end of a phase in their life, and we look forward with anticipation as our graduating batches start yet another journey.
Great institutions incubate excellence. They work on human values and hone them with the right work ethics and professional values. At ISC, our governing council has played a steering role right from its inception to make this institute one of the greatest centers of learning in the world. We are blessed to have among us an alumnus of IISc Bangalore and the chair of the IISc Governing Council, Padma Shri Mr. A.S. Kiran Kumar. He epitomizes the value system at IISc Bangalore. May we request Mr. Kiran Kumar to please address the audience.
Good afternoon to all of you. Mr. Uday Kotak, Chief Guest of the 2021 IISc Convocation, Dr. Govindarajan, the Director of the Institute, Deans, faculty, and all the students who are completing their graduation, post-graduation, and participating in this convocation. In fact, unlike many of your predecessors, you have a unique scenario where you had to go through a pandemic which has shook the entire world, and the manner in which every individual is facing the world. And this has been a very, you can say, harrowing experience for all of you. But then at the end of that, today you are going to celebrate the success of your achievements. And let me take this opportunity to congratulate each one of you on your success and wish you a journey of wading through the life with the kind of skills and knowledge you have acquired from this great institution, which should stand in good stead for you, wherein not only will you be able to actually deal with the problems you are going to face, you are also going to deal with the problems the society and the country and humanity as a whole encounters. And in this, I'm sure you have had extremely good experience in this institution, Indian Institute of Science, which has remained on top in the country. And as the organization itself looks at its past, convocation times are also times when institutions need to look at what needs to be done for the future. Today, the pandemic has taught us healthcare is going to be one of the very key problem areas in countries like ours. And in this context, Institute is also trying to bring in greater research and also trying to establish a medical school and produce pioneering research which will pave the way for dealing with healthcare in the country. In this, I should compliment the director and all the professors of the institute in making sure that the institute is actually remaining at the top. While reaching the top is not so difficult many times, but staying up the top is a lot more difficult. And it is in this that the efforts of all the staff and the entire faculty makes a difference. So let me take this opportunity to heartily congratulate all the graduating and post-graduating students and also remind ourselves that this institute has had a great past, and if it has to have a great future, we need to rededicate ourselves and move on. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Kumar, for your words. We would now like to invite Professor Umesh Vashni, Dean, Faculty of Sciences, to present the Convocation report on behalf of the Deans of the faculties and the Dean UG.
Thank you, Abib sir. Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. Uday Kotak, Managing Director and CEO of Kotak Mahindra Bank. Guest of Honor, Mr. A.S. Karan Kumar, Chair of the IISc Council. Vikram Sarabhai, Professor, former Chair of Indian Space Research Organization and the Secretary, Department of Space. Professor Govindan Rangarajan, Director, IISc. Professor Vinod Sharma, Dean, Faculty of Engineering, IISc. Professor Balaji Rao Jagirdar, Dean, UG, IISc. Captain Sridhar Warrior, Registrar, IISc. The medal winners, the graduating students, friends and families, the research supervisors of the graduating students, my fellow colleagues, the media persons, ladies and gentlemen. Warm greetings. I welcome you all to this online edition of the Convocation. On behalf of all the deans, it gives me immense pleasure to congratulate the graduating students and to present to you all a glimpse of the history of the conferment of degrees by IISc and some statistics on the numbers of the medal winners and the graduating students in the past 2 years who would be receiving their certificates in today's online ceremony. The institute, as most of you know, was founded in 1909 and it had admitted its first student in the year 1911. To begin with, IISc Council was empowered to confer associateships and fellowships to its graduating students. The conferment of Associate of IISc or AIISc was considered equivalent to master's degree, and the fellowship of IISc or FIISc was considered equivalent to DSc. In 1952, the institute began granting membership of IISc or MIISc, which was considered equivalent to PhD. Then in 1958, after the establishment of the University Grants Commission in 1956, IISc was recognized as a deemed university and it began granting its own degrees. The numbers of programs in which IISc offered degrees kept increasing over the years. Then in 2011, exactly 100 years after the first student was admitted to the institute, IISc pioneered its another flagship program of 4-year undergraduate degree. The slide now on the screen shows the data on the award of the medals to the students who graduated during 2018 to 2020. A total of 110 medals would be awarded in the presence of chief guest and the guest of honor. The slide shows the data on award of degrees for the current degree programs at IISc, and as shown, a total of 2036 degrees will be awarded to the students graduating between September 2019 to September 2021. This slide shows the stats of our 4-year undergraduate program, which was begun, as I mentioned earlier, in 2011. Needless to say, this is a very sought after program and attracts brightest of the young talent to the science stream. In 2014-2015 academic year, the program was revised to provide an option of an extra year of study to also grant a master's degree to those interested in obtaining an integrated Bachelor of Science, Master of Science degree. I should say that we were slightly ahead of our times in pioneering this program, but we are glad that the 4-year undergraduate program is now a talk of the National Education Policy 2020. Currently, in this program, we graduate over 100 students a year. You would be glad to know that soon we plan to expand this program. I would now like to be a bit boastful with your permission and present to you some consolidated data on conferment of degrees since 1950. As you will see, over the years, IISc has continued to propel itself to increase its potential to produce high quality graduates. In fact, the slide also shows that in the last 15 to 20 years, the number of degrees that we grant has doubled. And today we graduate on an average about 900 students a year with about 400 PhDs in the faculties of science and engineering together. With this, let me once again congratulate all the medal winners and the graduating students on receiving certificates, degrees from this temple of learning that we proudly call IISc. Finally, on behalf of all the deans and the institute, I wish you all the very best in your future careers.
Thank you, Professor Varshine.
The year gone by will undoubtedly be recorded as the most turbulent time the humanity has seen, challenging the social, economic, and of course the academic fabric of our society. We at our illustrious institute are blessed to have one person amongst us who stood rock steady and steered us through these challenging times with a steely resolve coupled with compassion, which the situation demanded. I am talking about our esteemed director, Professor Govindan Rangarajan. On this occasion, it is my privilege to invite Professor Govindan Rangarajan to address us in the backdrop of these extraordinary times.
Thank you. Good afternoon to all of you. Let me first congratulate all the students who are being awarded their degrees today. I wish you all the very best in your future career. Let me also congratulate their parents. Their support was also crucial in their success. And special congratulations to all the medal winners. Now let me say a few words, about IISc for the benefit of parents. Of course, students, know everything about IISc, having spent quite a bit of time here. So let me start with some history, the timeline of IISc. Next slide, please. Yeah, so we started, as Umesh pointed out, in 1909, and with the establishment of the General Chemistry Department, quickly followed by Electrical Technology and Organic Chemistry. So even though we are called Indian Institute of Science, right from beginning, we have had both science and engineering equally represented in this institute. Then several science departments were established, and in the 1940s, you saw the creation of the standard engineering departments, and then you had other departments coming in. I'll not go through all these developments. Then in about 12 years ago, you saw another change where a lot of interdisciplinary departments were created, like the VHR Center for Climate Change, Nanoscience and Engineering, cyber physical systems, and so on. Now, starting next year, we are planning yet another change. After about 100 years of excellence in science and engineering, we are planning to start medical school, a postgraduate medical school on campus. Next slide, please. So now let me also talk about, the excellence IISc has achieved. So in the National Institutional Ranking Framework, India, so we have been ranked number 1 in the university category and also number 1 in the research category. Now let me come to the international rankings. Next slide. So we have been ranked this year as world number 1 in citations per faculty. So this is a measure of research impact, and we are really happy to be ranked number 1 in the world. Overall, we are ranked, 185 in the world, and even in THE rankings, we are, between 126 and 150 in reputation rankings and number 14 in emerging economies and so on. And subject rankings also, there are several subjects we have been ranked in the top 100, including metallurgical engineering, material science, engineering and technology, computer science, and so on. Next slide, please. So now let me talk about the various research themes that we have, because it's going to be a very brief presentation. I don't have the time to go through all the research that happens. This is a snapshot of the research that happens in IISc, organized in terms of themes. We have research happening on brain, computation, and data science, biomedical systems and devices. We have a world-class nanofab where a lot of devices get fabricated, on cybersecurity, on cancer research, on sensors, materials informatics, which is becoming an important area, then visual analytics, where AI and ML tools are used to analyze visual images, including medical images. And we are also venturing into the new area of quantum computing, which is becoming really critical for future technological progress. So these are some of the areas that we are very strong in, and there's one more area that we sort of plan to venture in. And here, next slide, please. I would like to thank Mr. Uday Kotak for making this possible. And we are going to start the Kotak IISc AI ML Center. This will be established on campus with support from Kotak Mahindra Bank Limited, and will focus on creative education and innovative research on AI, ML, and financial technology solutions. So the center will be housed in a new building measuring about 140,000 square feet, which will be part of our UG complex. And this center will attract researchers from around the world to collaborate on critical problems of social relevance in AI and ML. And we are planning several teaching and research programs. These will be offered both online and in person. So this, gives me the perfect launching pad to now introduce our chief guest, Mr. Uday Kotak. So let me now introduce him. He is the managing director and CEO, Kotak Mahindra Bank Limited. He is the founder and MD and CEO of this bank, and the net worth of Kotak Mahindra Group is about 86,000 crores, a mind-boggling amount for all of us in academics. And the group has 73,000 employees. Uday believes that the true measure of performance is sustainable value creation. Investors who kept faith with the enterprise for the past 35 years have seen 40% CAGR on their investment. I wish I had the foresight to invest in this group. Anyway, Uday's vision for equitable prosperity extends beyond financial services. The Kotak Education Foundation works with some of India's most economically underprivileged communities, attempting to alleviate poverty through education and livelihood programs. It is a constant endeavor of its enterprise to enhance its corporate social responsibility capabilities by adopting a purpose-driven approach, focusing on sustainable and scalable programs in line with the country's social imperatives and UN's Sustainable Development Goals. In September 2020, Uday was reappointed as co-chairman of the Indo-UK Financial Partnership, constituted by the Ministry of Finance, Government of India, and UK Treasury. Also in September 2020, the Government of India renewed Uday's appointment as a non-executive chairman of the new IL&FS board, with a mandate to steer one of India's largest NBFCs out of the crisis that it is caught up in, which Uday took up as a national duty in October 2018. He is a member of the Insolvency Law Committee, which has been constituted by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, Government of India. He served as the president of Confederation of Indian Industries in the financial year 2021, and as chairman of SEBI constituted Corporate Governance Committee. In October 2017, the Uday-led panel submitted the report on corporate governance to SEBI, recommending sweeping changes to create a more robust and transparent corporate governance framework. Uday is the recipient of the Ernst & Young World Entrepreneur of the Year Award in 2014, Economic Times Business Leader of the Year Award in 2015, Businessman of the Year 2016 by Business India, Lifetime Achievement Award at Financial Express Best Banks Award 2016, USIBC Global Leadership Award at 2018, India, Ideas Summit, and also Lifetime Achievement Award at Magna Awards 2019 by Business World, Best CEO in Banking Sector by the Business Today Best CEO Awards 2019, and India Business Leader of the Year by CNBC TV 18 at the India Business Leader Awards 2021. So as you can see, he's a very distinguished industrialist, and he has been pioneering, a lot of new ideas, in his company and elsewhere. He holds a bachelor's degree in commerce from Mumbai University and a master's in management studies from the Jamnalal Bajaj Institute of Management Studies, Mumbai. So therefore gives me great pleasure now to invite Mr. Uday Kotak to deliver his chief guest address.
Yeah, should I go?
Yeah, please go ahead. Yeah. The stage is all yours.
Thank you very much. First of all, Mr. Kiran Kumar, Professor Rangarajan, members of the faculty, including the deans, the students, parents. Today is a unique moment. And why do I say it's a unique moment? It's a unique moment, of course, for students graduating. But it's also at a unique moment in the time and history of a nation and an institution which has weathered many, many storms over the century and has come out stronger, better, but dealing with a completely new world ahead of us. I was enthused by the comments made that there has to be a constancy of change at the heart of the future of institutions. And I must first start with a compliment to IISc for what it has achieved over this long period and for standing by values, principles, and culture, which is at the core of institution building. So, Professor Rangarajan and all your faculty need deep compliments for such a phenomenal commitment to the cause of science and engineering and moving into other areas, including the medical school. I can see a sense of being open to embracing the change which is in front of us. And the reputation of IISc is phenomenal. And it is here that I am really grateful to the institution IISc for giving us an opportunity to partner with you in new vistas and new areas, but around the core of science, mathematics, engineering, and research as the basis for artificial intelligence and machine learning, which is transforming the way we live today. Some of the stuff for me at the age of 62 is mind-boggling. I have seen in my life the advent of a television, a black and white television. The only thing on that was a Sunday evening movie which we would all get glued together in large groups, watch in front of us. And that was sometime in the early 70s. From there to the technology shift, I remember one of my uncles telling me in 1980 that Uday, the future will hardly have any posts and telegrams. It will all be email. I could not fathom what this would be. To the advent of the mobile telephony, the smartphones, and the speed of change at which the world has changed in front of my eyes is bewildering. It is like an Orwellian reality which is unfolding as we see a completely new world. And therefore, an institute of science is at the heart of the progress of the world and progress of our country. And the very distinguished position you hold is a sign of great success. But may I venture to say, a position of great responsibility. Because it is from here that expectations from your institution and the students who come out of this institution is extremely high. And I take this opportunity while congratulating all the students to also keep in mind that you come with your own distinguished abilities, of course, but you come with a halo and stamp of a world-class institution. And that puts an additional responsibility on your shoulders to be a part of the change we all are going to see in the years ahead. It is also a time, friends, for me to share with you a little bit of my own personal regret, if I can use the word. There are two things I have regretted in my journey. Number one, I used to be a cricketer. And at the age of 20, I was hit by a cricket ball. And while playing, running between the wickets, and in those days, there were no helmets, friends. So, with that, my dream of playing cricket came to a close. And the second regret which I have is, friends, I did not study science. Because in many ways, it reflects the mood of the times. The time in which I grew up, particularly in the society I was in, there was a disproportionate emphasis to commerce, finance, and economics. I can tell you, students, when I sit here, I see that it has completely changed. Science and technology are driving the world. Business and commerce are an outcome of technology changes and science changes which are happening on first. So the supremacy of today's world is in the world of science. And the pace of change of that science is mind-blowing. What many people may have learned in the area of science even 10 years ago has changed so fast. Therefore, ability to be very scientific and objective in the way you think has to be combined with a sense of adaptability and adoption in a changing world. And the principles, while the base principles of science and mathematics are at the heart of who we are, adaptation to the reality of the external world and making it used for human consumption, if I can use an into inverted comma wording, is the way we need to think about this. And let me just give you one example about how things have changed. COVID-19. It has redefined the principle of the world, and the term geography has become history. You've suddenly found the world becoming so much closer. And the way we operate, including this meeting we are having today, is a reflection of this fast changing world. And therefore, what we thought was physical in nature in terms of how we operated has completely changed to a virtual reality. And this pace of change, which otherwise would have taken 5 or 10 years, friends, has happened in a period of about a year. So as we look at our futures, friends, we need to be clear that the speed of change can be dramatically different. And I have a very interesting perspective on this. You know, people say in the post-COVID world, there is a different normal. I think about it as 3 normals. The first is the new normal. The second is the next normal, because you will always have a continuous change. So there is no such thing as new. There will be a new and a next and a next. And a third phrase, which I want to leave with you, is never normal. So we will have to forget the concept of normalcy. So the world will keep on changing in a manner which is unpredictable. And how well are you as students, as you go out in this new world, ready to embrace this change and live in the world of new, next, or never? And how will we deal with this is the true test of the core education and the fundamentals which you would have learned. And it is here that I would also commend the institution of IISc to look at the changes and adapt to them. And I am therefore truly honored on behalf of all of us at Kotak Mahindra Bank for this partnership of what I think we are clearly moving to a new, next, never normal in the worlds of artificial intelligence and machine learning. And the question which comes to my mind is, in this battle between man and machine, is there a scenario where only one can win or both can win? My personal view is both can win, because finally the machine learning is also coming from a human brain. Of course, there will be contrarians who will counter me by saying that look at the game of chess. The machine has become smarter than man and now consistently beats man in the game of chess. Therefore, it is one of the very important lessons which we have to keep in mind is that there is no ultimate to change. Change can never be a full stop. It will always be at the best a comma. And a constancy of this paradigm changing is what institutions will grapple with. And on that, I just a sense of sharing with the faculty at IISc. As you see the students from your institution go out and succeed into the whole new world, I have no doubt that you have very interesting ways of constantly strengthening and rejuvenating the capacity and capability of the faculty members to this fast changing world. Because what matters in this world today is not going to be just physical infrastructure. It is going to be about the speed of change of mind, a focus on research, a focus on absolute fundamental research in this changing world and the paradigms which we are in. We can see in front of us a race to a new planet, because many people have already started feeling that there is more opportunity beyond the planet Earth. And you just have to look at some of the leaders in America, whether it is a Jeff Bezos or a Tesla or others, the leadership of these institutions are playing the battle for a disproportionate presence on planets outside the planet Earth, which we are holding. So if this is the vision and the vista of human imagination, and if we rope it in with the strength and power of science, the world in front of us is a world of a completely new set of opportunities, like the ones we have never seen before. And I therefore want to tell all the students and share with the members of the faculty that we are on the verge of a whole new planet of opportunities and challenges like we have never seen before. And therefore, welcome effectively to a new planet. Lastly, on a very important note, this new planet also has some very difficult tasks. One of the things which technology seems to be doing at great speed is changing the parameters of skills of people. And it is creating a completely new set of class of haves and have-nots. And the way this divide is happening in today's world creates a huge challenge for large swaths of humanity to cope up with this new world. And it is here that we, as people who can be part of making the change happen, have a significant social responsibility, not only to be supportive, which we must in this journey, of the people who may be getting left behind, but also be having instruments and institutions like the Institute of Science, Indian Institute of Science, to let more and more of the people participate in this new planet with the change and not feel left out. Therefore, I am very excited at one level about a new future, and the Indian Institute of Science stands as a symbol of being a leader in this new future. And all the students coming out of this institute have a new planet to deal with. But along with that, I continue to share my concern for the broader challenges which we will face on a new planet. And how do we move towards a fair and equitable society while embracing science and technology to its best. With that, I just wanted to say my last few points to the students who are going out. I have learned that being very good in the skills you have is a necessity. But being a team player, having the qualities of leadership, qualities of high EQ, not just high IQ, are going to be critical for your future. I've seen some of the brightest minds in society who should have done a lot more struggle because of the challenges they had in the areas of team playing and emotional quotient. And therefore, to you students, please keep in mind that you have the skills from one of the best institutions in the world. But along with that, please keep the qualities of humility, sincerity, and being true to a cause, because you are going to be the people will be a part of changing this planet for a new world going ahead. And I take this opportunity to thank all the faculty and the other members here for making this unique development through the Indian Institute of Science and holding this convocation, which I understand is for 2 years together. So, therefore, to all members of IISc, you have grasped the change and gone ahead with a virtual meet. I'm sure for a long time, you would have hoped that, oh, can we have a physical convocation? But my colleagues and friends, the world is changing. And how we deal with this new world is a daily challenge. In my internal group within the bank, when we work, we have a meeting every morning almost. And I make a very simple point. Every day is a new day. And if your view was different yesterday, please do not stand on ego or emotion based on the facts you see to change the view today. Because if we don't have that humility to embrace this change, we will be left behind in this very fast changing world we are all in the middle of. And I want to thank all, and first of all, to the Indian Institute of Science for giving me the honor of coming here, speaking with you, speaking with the students, and being a part of a memorable time in the history of the world where you are holding this convocation. And sincere thanks from the bottom of my heart. And my last line in that context, may the force be with you, dear students. Thank you, and honored to be here.
Thank you very much, Professor Rangarajan and Mr. Kotak, for your enlightening and inspiring words.
May we now request Professor Vinod Sharma, Dean, Faculty of Engineering, to announce the names of the gold medal winners for the batches of 2018-19 and 2019-2020 respectively.
Good afternoon. We'll be delivering 100 medals today for this year as well as for the last year. So I'll start with Mr. Aditya Anant Narayanan Iyer, who is awarded the Institute Medal for 2018-19 for Bachelor of Science Research. Next is Mr. Abhishek Banerjee, who is awarded Professor Anil Kumar Memorial Medal in Experimental Physics 2018-19 for PhD. Next is Dr. Agrita Dubey, who is awarded the Institute Medal 2018-19 for PhD. Dr. Anil Kumar Adapa is awarded Professor D.J. Badkas Medal 2018-19 for PhD. Dr. Apritam Sanyal is awarded Professor B.K. Subbarao Medal 2018-19 for PhD. Dr. Arvinda Prasad is awarded the Alumni Medal Research 2018-19 for PhD. Dr. Chaitanya Kumar Macha is awarded TAG Corporation Medal 2018-19 for PhD. Dr. Debasmita Dwivedi is awarded the Subboro Medal 2018-19 for PhD. Dr. Deepak C is awarded the Indian Economic Association Medal 2018-19 for PhD. Dr. Gautam Prasannakar is awarded Professor K.P. Abraham Medal 2018-19 for PhD. Dr. Hiranmay Maiti is awarded the Tulusu Medal 2018-19 for PhD. Dr. Hitesh Verma is awarded Professor P.H. Iyer Medal 2018-19 for PhD. Dr. Jagannath N. is awarded Professor Chinta Kindi V. Joga Rao Medal 2018-19 for PhD. Dr. Mona Lisa Ghosh is awarded Dr. Srinivasa Rao Krishnamurthy Medal 2018-19 for PhD. Dr. Navarit Karmodak is awarded Dr. J.C. Ghosh Medal 2018-19 for PhD. Dr. Indrila Kanjilal is awarded Professor K.T.S. Iyengar Medal 2018-19 for PhD. Dr. Pradeep Ledder is awarded Professor S. Soundarajan Medal in Inorganic Chemistry 2018-19 for PhD. Dr. Ravi Kiran S. Sarvade Gatla is awarded Sir Vital R. Chandravarkar Memorial Medal 2018-19 for PhD. Dr. Riaz Ahmed Shah is awarded the M. Srinivasa Medal 2018-19 for PhD. Dr. Santosh Rao is awarded the Guha Research Medal 2018-19 for PhD. Dr. Saurabh Singh is awarded Kumari L.A. Meera Memorial Medal Theoretical Physics 2018-19 for PhD. Dr. Saurabh Kumar is awarded Mrs. C.V. Hanumanta Rao Medal 2018-19 for PhD. Dr. Srihati Vinay Dhruva is awarded the Institute Medal 2018-19 for PhD. Dr. Subhadev Bhattacharya is awarded the Institute Medal 2018-19 for PhD. Dr. Sneha Saxena is awarded Professor Giri Memorial Medal 2018-19 for PhD. Dr. Srisha M. is awarded Amulya and Vimala Reddy Medal 2018-19 for PhD. Dr. Yelagala Naresh is awarded the Seshagiri Kekini Award 2018-19 for PhD. Dr. Mr. Agnish Kumar Behra is awarded the Institute Medal 2018-19 for 4-year Bachelor of Science Research. Mr. Rachitesh Kumar is awarded the Institute Medal 2018-19 for 4-year research Bachelor of Science Research. Mr. Saraswat Bhattacharya is awarded the Institute Medal 2018-19 for 4-year Bachelor of Science Research. Mr. Shikhar Arvind is awarded Sitaram Jindal Foundation Medal 2018-19 for 4-year Bachelor of Science Research. Mr. Kamath Ronak Deepak is awarded the Institute Medal 2018-19 for Master of Design. Mr. Pravesh Kumar is awarded Professor B.G. Raghavendra Memorial Medal 2018-19 for Master of Management. Mr. Arnab Datta is awarded Dr. A. Nagaraj Rao Medal 2018-19 for Master of Science. Mr. Aruna Atreya is awarded Dr. R.K. Meller Memorial Medal 2018-19 for Master of Science. Mr. Pritam Ganguly is awarded Professor P.L. Bhatnagar Award 2018-19 for Master of Science. Ms. Ritaja Sengupta is awarded Kumari L.A. Meera Memorial Medal 2018-19 for Master of Science. Mr. Anshu Shukla is awarded NetApp Medal 2018-19 for Master of Science Engineering. Mr. Abhishek Kumar is awarded the N.R. Khambabati Memorial Medal 2018-19 for Master of Technology. Mr. Ansari Amir Faisal Muhammad Anwar is awarded Professor N.R. Kulur Memorial Medal 2018-19 for Master of Technology. Ms. Grishma G. Girish is awarded Professor N.S. Lakshmana Rao Medal 2018-19 for Master of Technology. Mr. H. Sashavata Kumara Kedala is awarded the N.R. Khambhavati Memorial Medal 2018-19 for Master of Technology. Mr. Kunal Chelani is awarded the Computer Society of India Bangalore Chapter Medal 2018-19 for Master of Technology. Mr. Piyush Raj is awarded the Institute Medal 2018-19 for Master of Technology. Ms. Rose Mary Augustine is awarded Professor S.V. C. Ayya Medal 2018-19 for Master of Technology. Ms. Sangeeta B. is awarded Mrs. Sabita Chaudhary Memorial Medal 2018-19 for Master of Technology. Ms. Shalaka Singla is awarded the DESE Design Medal 2018-19 for Master of Technology. Mr. Sri Hadit Sahu is awarded the K.K. Malik Medal 2018-19 for Master of Technology. Ms. Srishti Sharma is awarded Professor K.N. Krishnaswamy Medal 2018-19 for Master of Technology. Mr. Sundara Venkatesh M. is awarded S.V. Shastri Memorial Medal 2018-19 for Master of Technology. Mr. Utkarsh Shrimali is awarded Motorola Medal 2018-19 for Master of Technology. Mr. Vineet Kishore is awarded Professor ISN Murthy Award 2018-19 for Master of Technology. Mr. Vishal Shah is awarded the Alumni Medal 2018-19 for Master of Technology. Mr. Gavaskar Ruturaj Girish is awarded the Hay Medal 2018-19 for Master of Technology Research. Ms. Manasa Bhatt is awarded NASAS Medal 2018-19 for Master of Technology Research. Mr. Pavan C. M. is awarded Professor M. N. Modawala Medal 2018-19 for Master of Technology Research. Okay, so now we'll start the medals for the current year, 2019-20. So the first is Mr. Sabarish C.H. is awarded the Institute Medal 2019-20 for Bachelor of Science Research. Mr. Shaunak Nath is awarded the Institute Medal 2019-20 for Bachelor of Science Research. Mr. Ashwarya Abhishek Mohapatra is awarded Tulusu Medal 2019-20 for Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Angshun Man Model is awarded the Rodham Family Medal 2019-20 for PhD. Dr. Anjali Bay is awarded Professor A.K. Rao Medal 2019-20 for PhD. Dr. Anupam Banerjee is awarded the Institute Medal 2019-20 for PhD. Dr. Bhavani Shankar is awarded TAG Corporation Medal 2019-20 for PhD. Dr. Bijneshwar Mondal is awarded Professor S. Soundarajan Medal 2019-20 for PhD. Dr. Chiranjeevi Yara is awarded Professor D.G. Patkas Medal 2019-20 for PhD. Dr. Divya Sridharan is awarded Mrs. C.V. Hanumanta Rao Medal 2019-20 for PhD. Dr. Geetu Joseph is awarded the Sheshagiri Kaikini Medal 2019-20 for PhD. Dr. Karuna Karan is awarded the Guha Research Medal 2019-20 for PhD. Dr. Ketan Bajaj is awarded Professor N.S. Govinda Rao Medal 2019-20 for PhD. Dr. Madhura Sham Ambedkar is awarded the Sham Rao Kekini Medal 2019-20 for PhD. Dr. Mata Srujan Kumar is awarded Professor Giri Memorial Medal 2019-20 for PhD. Dr. P.S. Suvin is awarded MAA Communication Medal 2019-20 for PhD. Dr. Poonam Mishra is awarded Professor B.H. Iyer Model 2019-20 for PhD. Dr. Punya Brahma Panda is awarded Dr. Srinivas Rao Krishnamurthy Medal 2019-20 for PhD. Dr. R. Venkataraman is awarded the M. Shri Vasaya Medal 2019-20 for PhD. Dr. Ramesh Naidu Janjeti is awarded Dr. J.C. Ghosh Medal 2019-20 for PhD. Dr. Rinkal Juneja is awarded the Sudh Boro Medal 2019-20 for PhD. Dr. Sagar B. is awarded the N.R. Kulur Memorial Medal 2019-20 for PhD. Dr. Santanu Pramanik is awarded Professor B.K. Subbarao Medal 2019-20 for PhD. Dr. Syed Idris Afzal Zalali is awarded Professor K.P. Abraham Medal 2019-20 for PhD. Dr. Anvoy Maitra is awarded the Martin Forrester Medal 2019-20 for PhD and Master of Science. Dr. Mit H. Naik is awarded Kumari L.A. Meera Memorial Medal Theoretical Physics 2019-20 for PhD and Master of Science. Dr. Saurabh Islam is awarded Professor Anil Kumar Memorial Medal 2019-20 for PhD and Master of Science. Dr. Akash Agarwal is awarded the Institute Medal 2019-20 for PhD and Master of Science Engineering. Dr. Anamika Singh Pratyush is awarded the Institute Medal 2019-20 for Doctor of Philosophy and Master of Science Engineering. Dr. Khushbu Pandey is awarded the Institute Medal 2019-20 for PhD and Master of Science Engineering. Dr. Shikhar Vashisth is awarded the Alumni Medal Research 2019-20 for PhD and Master of Technology Research. Mr. Jeevan Chandra N is awarded the Institute Medal 2019-20 for 4-year Bachelor of Science Research. Mr. Raj Magesh Gautaman is awarded the Institute Medal 2019-20 for 4-year Bachelor of Science Research. Mr. Rohit KMS is awarded Sitaram Jindal Foundation Medal 2019-20 for 4-year Bachelor of Science Research. Mr. Alornekar Adresh Raghunandan is awarded the Institute Medal 2019-20 for Master of Design. Mr. Tejas M. Bhatt is awarded Professor B.G. Raghavendra Memorial Medal 2019-20 for Master of Management. Ms. Akanksha Jain is awarded Professor P.L. Bhatnagar Medal 2019-20 for Master of Science. Mr. Naveen Goyal is awarded Dr. A. Nagaraj Rao Medal 2019-20 for Master of Science. Ms. Radha Sansida Mohanty is awarded Dr. R. K. Meller Memorial Medal 2019-20 for Master of Science. Ms. Shreya Kumbhakar is awarded Kumari L.A. Meera Memorial Medal 2019-20 for Master of Science. Mr. Sant Paul is awarded the Hay Medal 2019-20 for Master of Science Engineering. Mr. Aditya Shukla is awarded H.R. Babu Sitaram Medal 2019-20 for Master of Technology. Mr. Purva Roy is awarded the K.K. Malik Medal 2019-20 for Master of Technology. Mr. Arnab Mukherjee is awarded Dr. N. Narayanamurthy Medal 2019-20 for Master of Technology. Ms. Ashmita Bhattacharya is awarded Professor N.S. Lakshmana Rao Medal 2019-20 for Master of Technology. Mr. Chandrasekhar S. is awarded Professor S.V.C. Avaya Medal 2019. I'm sorry, this on screen something is coming. I'll repeat. Mr. Chandrasekhar S. is awarded Professor SVC Ayya Medal 2019-20 for Master of Technology. Mr. Harisyam PV is awarded the NR Kambavati Memorial Medal 2019-20 for Master of Technology. Mr. Muhammad Adil T is awarded SV Shastri Memorial Medal 2019-20 for Master of Technology. Mr. Shriram R is awarded Motorola Medal 2019-20 for Master of Technology. Mr. Shyam Krishnan CR is awarded the DESE Design Medal 2019-20 for Master of Technology. Mr. Tanke Bhargav Deepak Kumar is awarded the Computer Society of India Bangalore Chapter Medal 2019-20 for Master of Technology. Mr. Akash Gupta is awarded the P.S. Narayana Medal 2019-20 for Master of Technology Research. Ms. Megha Bayali is awarded Dr. M.N.S. Swami Medal 2019-20 for Master of Technology Research. Mr. Navaneet K.L. is awarded NetApp Medal 2019-20 for Master of Technology Research. Are we finished?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much, and let me congratulate all the medal winners once again, and thank you.
Thank you, Professor Sharma. We would now like to request Captain Sridhar Warrior, our Registrar of IISc, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Shri Uday Kotak, Managing Director and CEO of Kotak Mahindra Bank, the Honorable Chief Guest for the convocation today, Shri Kiran Kumar, Padma Shri, Vikram Sarabhai, Professor and former Chairman of ISRO, the distinguished guest of honor this evening, Professor Govindan Rangarajan, the Director of Indian Institute of Science, other esteemed invitees for the ceremony today, and all dear colleagues, a very good evening to you. We have had a wonderful session of a much awaited ceremony of our institute, the Convocation 2021, with some very inspiring words from some very eminent personalities. I wish to place on record, on behalf of the institute, our gratitude to all who contributed to the success of the first ever and hopefully the last online convocation of the Indian Institute of Science. At the outset, we are grateful to Mr. Uday Kotak for having accepted our invitation and taken time out of his busy schedule to be with us and participate in the activities this evening. I also wish to thank Shri Kiran Kumar, the Chair of the Governing Council of IISc, for gracing the occasion with his presence today. May I also thank all respected members of our court, council and other committees who have joined us accepting our invitation. We are particularly indebted to the Office of Development and Alumni Affairs of IISc for their coordination and involvement, without which this event would not have turned out as well as it has. I wish to use this opportunity to acknowledge the leadership and direction provided by our director, Professor Govindan Rangarajan, which greatly influenced the coming together of all parts to make the whole picture. Thanks are also due in ample measure to all the deans, all the members of the faculty, as well as the admin officers and all the staff of the institute who have worked tirelessly over many days to make this event a success. Special mention is also due to the academic section, who, as a nodal department, was the fulcrum around which all preparations progressed, culminating into the Convocation 2021. I also wish to place on record the wonderful support provided by our Digits team, who are the force working in the background all these days and even now as I speak, to ensure that the online event is conducted smoothly. Above all, I would be failing in my duty if I do not acknowledge the support and encouragement received due to the presence of all the attendees of the function, extending even beyond this session. It is your presence which makes this event a success. Last but not the least, my sincere appreciation to the master and the mistress of the ceremony today, who stitched the entire set of activities together in such a beautiful sequential manner. A convocation is truly a crowning glory of each academic year for all universities and institutes such as ours. It is a culmination of a grueling curriculum for all the students and a cherished occasion which gives them the fruit for their labor. Last year, the COVID pandemic prevented us from conducting this all-important academic function. It was therefore a particularly satisfying experience for all of us to conduct the event today, albeit virtually. We at IISc truly enjoyed bringing this to you, and we hope you also enjoyed it as much. With this, we have come to the end of the first session. Thank you all.
With that, may I take the leave of all the esteemed members. Thank you so much for giving
Words.
me this opportunity.
Rise, national anthem.
Right. With this, we come to the end of this session. I would like to thank you all for attending. We will resume sharp at 5 p.m. for the distribution of the degree certificates for the batches of 2019-20 and 2020-21 at the hands of the respective department chairs. We kindly request all of you to join the live event for your respective departments by 4:55 p.m. The links to these individual meetings can be found in the email that was sent out yesterday by the registrar. Thank you.
Thank you.